Hey guys, welcome back to Big Loz Official. I can only apologize that it's only me at this point. Loz is rushing back from arm wrestling. I can't believe he's done this to me, if I'm completely honest. The front door is opening now. I can hear him coming in. Thank God. But I hope people had a great week. Hope you've had a lovely weekend. Oh, thank you for turning up finally. Here's your coffee, here's your Coke, sit down.
Don't panic, I'm here.
And it's Mother's Day. Why would you do this to me on Mother's Day?
Don't panic.
Of all days. There we go.
Hello.
Panic over.
How is everyone?
Loz is here. Oh,
Have you done an intro?
Yeah, I did the intro.
You've got the mic on and everything.
The mic's on. I think people can hear me. We're a bit matchy, aren't we? I don't know what you were wearing. I'm afraid,
but you know.
Look, now you've excited the dog. But anyway, thank you so much for joining us. We are 1 week away from Europe's Strongest Man.
Exciting.
How exciting. It's our second big international competition of the year. There you go. I'll adjust it a bit to let you in now. All right, let's see who's in the chat. Fred, thank you for getting in there early, gifting the memberships. Bless you.
Good man, good man. We're going to have a lot of members perks when we go to Worlds.
Yes,
so
yeah, we are.
Remember, obviously, thank you very much for being a member because it helps massively. But yeah, if you're not a member and you want all that extra stuff, it's going to be like just stuff that Liz can put up quickly. So like interviews with athletes, stuff like that you don't need to do too much editing with. Lots of backstage. So we'll still do our lives. We'll still do big kind of recap videos, but just like things that you can put up quick. That it doesn't matter if less people view them because it doesn't affect the algorithm.
No, exactly.
It's just for members.
Yes, but I know some people have been worried that us going to World's Strongest Man means no spreadsheet parties.
Oh, there's going to be
parties. Guys, there's going to be spreadsheet parties like you've never spreadsheeted before because we're going to be able to bring you information quicker than ever before. So do not panic. We have power banks. We have microphone. We have everything that we need, don't we?
You do.
I have everything that I need and it's going to be great. So let's see who is in the chat and what everyone's talking about. I think we're people trying to do some Europe's Strongest Man predictions. It's really not easy, is it? Like the more I think about it, the more confused I get.
Well, like both Lukes look good. Kilishkovsky looks good. Pavlo Kordiaka looks good.
The events look very good for Pavlo. The more I look at it, the more I think these events are great for Pavlo.
Yeah.
Not dissimilar to the year that he won.
And he's looking in good shape if you watch his training and stuff.
Yeah, like his deadlift's looking better than ever right now. And with Pavlo, the thing with his deadlift, I think he really struggles for reps in that suit because he wears it so tight. He gets dizzy, doesn't he?
He was last year, definitely.
Yeah.
And I think when Pavlo has had time to prep, he's good.
Yeah.
Sometimes when it's back-to-back competition, he struggles a bit.
He starts to suffer a little bit more. One of those smaller framed people. Please get off your phone, Loz.
I'm getting on the video just to see.
Very unprofessional.
You know what you've been.
First, you come striding in 1 minute late.
1 minute late. How dare I be 1 minute late?
How dare you? I panicked. Oh dear. Hello, fabulous Laurence of considerable size and muscle mummy Elizabeth.
Muscle mummy and considerable size.
I don't. Yeah, because you're not Big Loz anymore. No. I don't like the term muscle mummy.
You know,
I think it's
you don't want to be a muscle mummy.
I think it's a bit creepy. Am I alone in that? Thinking it's a bit creepy.
I
don't know, man.
I wouldn't really call you a muscle mummy.
No. Why not? Rude. Honestly. Come in here, you're on your phone, you're insulting me. Right, let's see who's here.
What do you got for us?
Monica's here, Sarah's here, Fred's here.
Thank you for getting me a coffee and a Diet Coke.
Yeah, you're welcome. I've been panicking like crazy. They're just talking to themselves at this point. That's how engaging my intro was.
I don't know how much I missed. Lee's in there.
You didn't miss
much. Lee got a membership gifted membership.
Are you all right, that's there?
I'm trying to think what it is.
Yeah. Where are we? My son cooked some delicious barbecue pork ribs for Mother's Day, UK dinner. Nice. We always have to put an exclaim.
The amount of people panicking.
Yeah,
when I'm wishing you and Mum a happy Mother's Day today.
They're like, what? It's not Mother's Day. It's like in the UK, it's Mother's Day.
It is.
Yeah, it's always a different.
I think it's in May in the States.
Yeah, I don't know if in the States it's a fixed date, but in the UK it's always the 4th Sunday of Lent. There you go. So you remember. So it's all tied into Easter. Dates back to the Middle Ages.
Is it?
Yeah.
There you go.
We used to celebrate the Mother Church.
We also changed the clocks in the UK today, which is a real annoying thing to do.
Oh, I love when the clocks go forward. An extra hour of light in the evenings.
Just changing the clocks is a pain in the.
Wow, I need you to change it in my car actually. Yeah.
Of course you do.
There we go.
Yep, uncle and aunt.
Yes, I know it's powerlifting, but have you seen
Oh my
Colton?
goodness.
Yeah.
1,200
kilo.
470 kilo squat, 470 kilo deadlift.
Yeah.
And was it 260?
260 bench. The guy weighs
only
120
24 years
kilos.
old. Just insane. Wow. I've not really followed a lot of powerlifting as much recently, but that is just insane.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy.
Strong boy.
Yeah. Strong boy. Come on now, Lazo.
Freak of nature is what it is.
He is a freak. People guessing the events for
Matty Brown. Byron, sorry. Brian.
Yeah.
Brain. I'm like
Matty Brain. Max 18-inch deadlift, Flintstone lift, and throwing back for distance. Is that going to be at a competition at some point this year? Then based off of training footage that we're seeing, it's very, very probable.
I think it could be.
Yes.
Do you know what? I've seen a few competitions now that are doing the sort of style of the Flintstone lift.
Yes. Yeah. I'm seeing it at all
so
different levels.
Worlds 2 years ago?
2022. That was 3 years ago.
3 years ago. But 2 worlds ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we see that. I've seen this for like over 20 years. Longer than that, if I just kind of go back to when I was strong. Events go in cycles of becoming popular. And that seems to be one that has become fashionable right now.
Yeah.
It's creeping up in a lot of competitions. They're doing a variation of that, a UK Strongest Man.
Yeah, I'm seeing it at like pro-am type level competitions, national level.
It's going to be Australia's Strongest Man this year. So yeah, suddenly it's not there at all.
And then everyone's training it. Like my whole feed on Instagram is people training a split jerk right now.
It's like
quite funny.
The sandbag steeplechase.
Oh God, yeah.
Suddenly everywhere.
Yeah, we went through a little patch a couple of years ago with the power stairs.
Yeah.
Dumbbell ladders, dumbbell for reps, dumbbell was everywhere. Anywho,
we move
Toby with the members comment, Europe's hype. My predictions change every 5 minutes.
I don't blame you. It's genuinely a hard one to predict.
Yeah.
I think, and there's so many factors, staying healthy is important. Are some athletes focusing on other shows? That can, be a factor. Just performing on the day. There's pressure for certain guys that haven't qualified for Worlds yet. There's a lot of factors going on. And a couple of events in there that split-second mistake can cost you.
Yeah.
So we shall see.
It's going to be very interesting. I think having Mateusz and Luke Richardson in the mix this year makes it a bit more exciting. Obviously, a big shame that we've lost Pablo Nekonechny and Alexei now. That is a shame, but I guess we cannot have it always.
No.
Sarah, thank you so much for the super chat. Happy Mother's Day, Liz, and all the mums out there. Thank you
very much, Sarah. We both saw our mums today, didn't we?
We did.
Separately. We went.
No, we haven't really been together. I went for afternoon tea with my mum and with Alexa, and you went to your brother's for a roast dinner with your mum.
I did indeed. Took the dog. It was very nice. The weather was good.
Yeah, it's been a nice day. Sounds like World's Strongest Man coverage will be even more fun this year. Can't wait. That is definitely the idea. Look. Jules, thank you for the video message. It really made my day. I'm so happy to be part of Team Liz. Can't wait for Europe's next weekend.
That's good stuff. Yes, I remember.
Yeah, your memory's not that short. It was literally yesterday, wasn't it? Thank you, Julie.
See you next week.
Yes. A couple of other people asking about Colton. Competing in my first strongman competition next weekend. Been training just the barbell lifts following starting strength programs for years. Now I'm going to kick some strongman ass.
Good stuff. Good luck with your competition. I hope you have fun.
Alex with the members comment. Think knee wraps are appropriate for novice comp?
Yeah, knee wraps are fine.
I wore knee wraps in my novice comp, didn't I?
Knee wraps are fine.
Had to. It's the only possible hope I was
some of the knee sleeves are as good as knee wraps now anyway. So it's, knee wraps I've got no issues with.
Yeah. After the Arnold, Lucas Hatton is the one to watch. Definitely.
Well, I think we knew he'd be one to watch before the Arnolds, but he really
did.
kind of delivered there. And he's a beast.
Lucas proved at the Arnolds that he probably doesn't have many weaknesses at all. Like there were some question marks in there in terms of how's he going to do on these events against these guys, but he just proved he's super consistent. Like obviously he didn't win, so there's a couple of things holding him back in terms of accumulating enough points, but he's getting better all the time, isn't he? He's really impressive.
Super impressive. Yeah, Lucas is just a revelation because he's a shorter guy as well. So
Yeah.
people always talk about world's strongest man, you need to be super tall and stuff like that. And he's proving that's not the case.
And it will be interesting to see him at Worlds this year because, again, different format, different type of competition, different pace. It doesn't suit everyone, but it's hard to see with Lucas being as good as he is that it won't suit him. You know,
he'll come in shape.
He'll come in, and I think he'll perform really well there. Loz isn't really late. Blame daylight savings.
Agreed, Max.
What time?
Well, how late was I? 20 seconds? You've been later while in the house.
But I have responsibilities in the house.
Putting your makeup on?
Yeah. Your responsibility is to get home on time. What term do you prefer over muscle, mummy? Just Liz will do. Call me Liz. You know,
specimen. That's what she prefers.
Well, no, that's what I want to eventually evolve into. Okay. Yeah, we're not there yet.
Liz is training.
Although a lot of people have been in my DMs this week calling me specimen. You guys.
Too soon.
It's too soon. That's what I've been saying. Too soon. Too soon. Like I want it to really count when it happens. Good evening, Loz and Liz. Did you guys manage to see Colton? Yeah, did a 1,200 powerlifting total. I don't think he was even 125. He's 120. Was inches off of hitting a 500 kilo deadlift, sumo, but no suit and straps. Insane. Yeah.
Just insane lifting.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you can say what you want about sumo. The guy's squat is phenomenal. The guy's bench press is phenomenal. I'm sure his conventional deadlift is phenomenal. These numbers are ridiculous. The guy, it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant to see.
No, definitely. I don't love sumo, but when you see it that way, with all those other weights,
just everything he did.
Yeah,
I've seen some guys that are just good at sumo.
Yeah,
he is a great squatter. He's a great bench presser. He is a phenomenal powerlifter. That's all you can say. Yeah, just congratulations.
Hi, Liz and Loz. Excited for Europe's, but can't watch for too long. Going to sleep soon. Big squats again tomorrow.
Go and smash those squats, Mr. Fat One.
Mr. Fat One. I also have to squat tomorrow, so I'm hoping my afternoon tea.
I managed squats for the first time properly yesterday.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
I had some PRP in my knees 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say they're kind of completely better, but they're more manageable than they were. I wasn't able to squat for months.
No.
Probably 5 months. I haven't squatted before. Mm-hmm. I lie. I actually squatted last week, but much lighter. That was the first time. And this week I managed 190 for a set of 10. That was at the end of my workout as well. Yeah. So it was the first leg workout I've been able to get through everything that I wanted to get through in a long time. So good. That was a win for me.
Who was Loz's coach when he was competing?
I was coached initially by a guy called Nick McKinless. He was the first person to sort of get hold of me as a talented youngster and teach me some discipline. And actually, I took a step back to take 2 steps forwards to improve on certain areas. And then my younger brother, actually, Harry Shahlaei, very good coach himself. He was my coach for a number of years through the second half of my career.
I think people that have been watching the channel for a while know H, don't they?
Yeah, he's been in some of the videos and he's starting to work with me quite a bit now. So yeah, you'll see more of H in the future.
Kevin Harslegger in the house.
How you doing, Kevin?
See, Kevin's someone I'd like to see at Europe's as a late call-up.
Yeah.
Give him a chance.
Yeah.
Give him a chance. He's Holland's strongest man, isn't he? Current.
Any of them, like Poland, Holland, Germany,
Adam Rushkowski,
Sweden. There's some good guys out there.
Yeah. I try, Kevin. I do try.
Thoughts on Martine's California comp? It looks good. It's going to be a fun competition. We've been invited, haven't we?
We have been invited.
You've been invited to compete.
Yeah, Romark. I can't remember what I posted. Something silly. Oh, it was my attempts at a little power jerk. And Romark messaged me, I've seen enough. Sign up. I said, that's a really long way for me to travel to 0 every single event. But thank you for the consideration. Michael, hey, Loz and Liz. How are you doing for Liz when your next strongman competition? And Loz, have you ever acted in movies or shows or wanted to?
So do you want to answer about your competition?
Well, I haven't signed up for any competition. So I've considered doing Wiltshire's again this year so we can have that 1 year.
The only problem is it's the
same weekend. It's the weekend of the World Open in Birmingham, which I'm not going to miss. So it's like, it was pretty rough, to be honest, having to travel back in the early hours and then compete the next day on 4 hours sleep. I might still do it. I might. watch this space. We'll see.
As for Loz, have you ever acted in movies or shows and wanted to? Yes, I have. I've been in a couple of feature films. I've been on a few TV programs, normally in stunt roles. But it's not really my thing, if I'm totally honest. It was fun. It was kind of cool to say that. I was in Kingsman and The Golden Compass, and I've been on loads of TV programs.
You have, though,
I have been on quite
you?
a few different
things like the Gadget Show.
Yeah, all sorts of things, but more
Blue
just as a
Peter
strongman.
Yeah, as yourself.
But yeah, it's always fun, but I'm not really into wanting to be in movies and stuff like that. So it's not something I sort of pursue, but it was fun to do.
Yeah. Hedgehog went out of their car at 3:00 to change the clock. That is dedication to the cause. My goodness.
I would have just waited.
Yeah. Max Kitchen, thank you for the super chat. I had surgery on my hand this week. Any suggestions for workarounds for training? Grip will most likely be an issue.
Yeah. Hopefully, if you're at a gym, there's a lot of machines that you can use. A lot of the machines you don't necessarily need to grip onto. Take Pro Strength, where I train, we've got kind of a side raise machine where you can just kind of use your elbows to kind of push yourself up. You can get straps that hold on from the cables that go around the cuts that go around your wrist, so you're not having to hold on to things. That can certainly help. So you'll be able to certainly train a lot of things that won't involve having to actually grip onto anything while the hand recovers.
Well, Strongest Blacksmith saying that seeing a last man standing max press or jerk from blocks at Strongest Man on Earth would be amazing. That would. Brian, we need to petition to Brian to make it happen.
We may see
that
it
would
before
be awesome. Well, yeah. Elprez, thank you for the super chat. Loz, can you be the ref for Oberst versus Hall at Shaw?
I have to see if Brian wants me there first, but it should be a good, fun match.
You're not qualified to referee, are you?
No. I can referee, but I'm not a qualified referee.
What's your quiz or something for that? Like, do you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Let's wrap Mateusz up in a big toffee bubble. Mateusz has made it through all of his heavy training sessions. We just got to get him on the plane. And then everything's going to be down.
He's had issues with that going to comps before as well, hasn't
he has. That's why I
said
said
it. Coming to a Rogue Invitational.
That's why I said
He had an absolute nightmare of a journey.
Hopefully they'll fly him like on the Thursday or something, just to give him an extra. Oh, they will, actually. They most likely will fly him on the Thursday, won't they?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Worst case scenario, it would be early Friday. No, they'll fly him on the Thursday. Everything's going to be
fine. We shall see.
Yeah. Oh. You did a video about the worst strongman events not to be repeated. It was really good. Proud of you. Could you do a part 2 of one of the best strongman events you would like to see repeated? Yeah, we can definitely do more of those. That was so fun, wasn't it, making that video? I love those types of videos.
We've got a few planned like that, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. Almost like, it's sort of commentary, but it's like reaction as well, isn't it? Like, I enjoy that.
They're good fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of just
silliness.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's so many more events that could go in. So many more.
Tim says 385 in the chat, only 77 likes. Well, now we're up to 513. I don't know what the likes are, but give it a like, guys.
Where are we? Rasmus, thank you for the super chat. Hello, guys. My wife gave me a trip to London and ticket to the Strongman Classic as a birthday gift. How set in stone are the competitors for the events, and are you going to be there?
100% we will be there.
Yes.
And as long as the big names that have been announced don't get injured before then, they will be there. Mitch is down to do it, and I know Mitch plans on doing it. And as long as he's fit, he will do it.
I think Tom.
I think Evan.
Not Tom. Evan.
Is he down to do it?
Evan is.
As long as he's fit, he'll do it. Most of the guys, as long as they aren't injured, will do the shows if they've committed to them. It's just sometimes, unfortunately, people do pick up injuries leading up to nature of the beast of what we do. But if they've committed to a show, 9 times out of 10 they're there.
Yeah, and the Strongman Classic is a bit of a favorite amongst the strongmen as well, just because it's such an epic venue.
It's always a pretty good one because you do get a bit of a break afterwards.
Yeah,
leading up to that. So normally
have a proper prep for it usually as well, can't there? Yeah.
And we will be there definitely.
Yeah. Who gets the most dick pics out of us two?
Probably me.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But I don't think either of us have had any dick pics in a long time, to be fair.
No.
Which is nice.
Yes, lovely. It's nice not to be flashed in our DMs. Where are we? Anthony, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Loz and Liz. Is the strength shed still around? Haven't seen a video on it in ages. How is Harry? Need more videos of Andrea. She's the best.
She is. We'll try and get Andrea down soon. We'll try and go over and see Harry as well. Like, my brother Harry lives about an hour from us, and that's where the shed is. It's still there. He still uses it for coaching. I go down very occasionally. It was perfect when gyms were closed and stuff like that for us. Yeah. But it's about an hour from us, and the gym that I use in our town is awesome for what I want. It's
better equipped, isn't it?
Yeah. So I just haven't needed to go over there. But I saw my brother today, and like I said, he's helping me with a few things now, and he's going to be coming more on board with the coaching side of what we do.
He PTs out of the shed, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yes. And he was the person that coached me for years. So we will definitely see more of Harry on the videos. And help him with like the app stuff. He's in some of the videos on that we've been recording. Yeah, because he's a bit more conventionally better.
He's a bit of an everyman man, isn't he, in terms of his build and everything and his strengths. Loz and Liz, any predictions for the Siberian Power Show? It looks like a great lineup.
I can't see past Thor, if I'm honest, especially with the deadlift being in there. I think Mateusz can do well, but the deadlift will probably cost him points. And I think Thor will win. I would imagine all the Russians are good as well, because they've been preparing on that, and that's quite a common thing when you ever go to a show. If it's in your home country, normally you have an advantage.
Yeah, and also, like, to be fair to the Russians, this is their biggest competition of the year.
Absolutely.
So this is what their focus has been on in 100%. Terms of training. So and to get the opportunity to compete against Mateusz,
I would still put Thor as the favorite.
I think so too. Yeah, all being well. Yeah. Loz, are you ready to go visit Mitch?
Not yet. Still going to get through Europe's next weekend. Got to do a lot this week, haven't we?
We've got so much to do because we need to get ahead of ourselves with filming and everything. We've got a lot to do this week. It's going to be horrible. Yeah, and then you're just going to go, right, bye, bitch.
I'm looking forward to going, but I'm also I've not been away from Liz for that long.
Ever?
So, no.
We were
the kids
talking
and
about
the dog.
it earlier, yeah.
We'll miss everyone, but
ever. The longest you've ever been away from me is probably for about 8 days.
And that was probably 2018.
Yeah, probably.
World's Strongest Man.
The last time, yeah.
So we will miss each other.
Sad times. Farmer Dave, thank you for the super chat. Do you model much? Randomly seen you on Big Clothing for You.
I've done a little bit of like plus size model stuff, but Big Clothing for You were a sponsor of mine for a while. And
plus size.
I had a lot of messages about being on the Dragon's Den the other day. But I haven't done anything with them for a while. Probably 3 years ago, I think we did the last shoot for them.
Yeah, it's probably a while ago.
It's a funny story. Like I didn't get dropped as such, but because I was losing weight, it wasn't ideal
the clothes
went up to like 10XL.
Yeah,
it was the biggest clothes, and I was kind of in like the smallest of their clothes.
Yeah,
and it was limited to what I could model. So
you became a burden.
I became more of a problem.
Yeah. And sort of related, I guess.
Yeah.
Loz, what's your weight now, and what was it back then?
Back when I was doing that, or back when I was competing? The biggest I've ever been is 170 kilos. During my strongman career, I fluctuated between 140 to 170. Normally around 155 to 160 was my standard weight. I was 140 at Christmas, and right now I'm 127.5 with a goal of being 120 by the time we go on holiday in the summer.
There you go. Brandon saying, my fiance and I are watching this together, and she's doing her first competition in September. Any words of encouragement?
I think this is a good one for you.
I went into my first competition completely underprepared, not nearly strong enough. And you know what? I didn't come last, and I PB'd on every single event. So just don't give up. Just try your hardest and try and enjoy it, I guess.
I actually said this to one of my clients today who had a bad week last week. One of the best things about good competitors, doesn't matter if you're the best or not, but good competitors have an ability to forget things going wrong very quickly. And everyone, absolutely everyone, will have things that go wrong. If you can kind of get to the point where you accept that and you just move on quickly and keep trying. Always try. We all want to win. Everyone wants to win. Everyone wants to be their best. If they don't, there's usually something wrong with them.
Yeah.
But you've got to have this ability to, if something goes wrong, move on from it, get on with the next event. Take it one event at a time, absolutely fight your hardest, do your best, and then forget about that event, go to the next one. If you can do that and just enjoy the day, you'll do amazing. It really doesn't matter where you place. It takes courage to get out and compete. So people will respect you for that. And the goal is then, however you do at the end of the competition, learn from it, come back better next time.
Kevin Harslegger, thanks for trying, Coach Liz. I would cry from happiness if Europe's Strongest Man would call. Oh, bless you. We keep fighting, we keep trying. Kevin is like in my kindergarten of Team Liz. He hasn't graduated into the full school yet.
How many members of Team Liz are there now?
Only 3. It's very exclusive, actually.
Who is the actual Team Liz team?
Rongo, Rauno, and Nick. And Kevin and a couple of others are on the cusp of breaking in.
Do you have like a ranking?
Yes. No, I'm joking. I don't.
Who's number one?
Rauno is the founding father, so obviously he's number 1.
Who's number 2?
He's probably watching. No, I know.
Who's number 2?
It's getting too personal.
I'll find out. Post up Liz's ranking.
Stop.
Rauno will be happy that he's number 1 still.
Rauno would murder me if I didn't have him as number 1. He is the reason Team Liz exists. He was my first ever athlete. What do you think Gav Bilton's chances of getting to World's Strongest Man, seeing as so many have already qualified at Europe's? Well, there's quite a few guys that he would have to place ahead of. So let's go through them. Andre Foytu, Ivor Schmaxelis, Nick Camby, Rauno, Paddy, Pa. Who else? Who else is in? I think that might be it. Yeah. So we think it's going to be 2 or 3 slots. So he would have to place in the top, 2 or 3 of those guys. So obviously he has a chance, but he needs to put on a good show. Yeah, he needs to do well.
I don't think these are the best events for Gav, if I'm totally honest.
In this lineup, yes. Especially against these guys.
I think Gav has other comps that he's better at. But Gav in shape is good. We just haven't seen Gav in shape for a while. No. I hate saying that because I love Gav. I genuinely think Gav is awesome, but I just don't think he's going to be at Worlds this year.
After seeing Colton break records, do you think he could get an invite to the World Deadlift Championships in a year or 2? I think it would highly depend on what his max conventional is right now, because unless he's over £1,000 for a max conventional, I don't see it. Yeah, just
for the hype that he's going
to generating.
And he's going to be good.
Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see what he can do.
Well, they gave what's his name? Oh God, I fucking forgot his name. Who's the other powerlifter? Nice guy. What was it? What's his name? The other smaller powerlifter.
Oh, Jamal Browner.
Jamal. Yeah. They gave Jamal an opportunity 2 years ago, didn't they? So never say never. Oh God. Panicked. Have a word with Pa. I'm sure he'd sort you both out with some pics. Dick pics, presumably.
What do you guys think are the best shows for crowds? I think Giants Live, personally, those crowds are insane.
I think there's lots of good crowds in Strongman. I think, yes, Giants Live, Strongest Man on Earth. The Arnold's, when something exciting is about to happen, is really good as well.
I think crowds in general have improved at strongman shows of the last few years. I do think Giants Live is always good for a crowd.
Yeah.
I think that arena type show last year at Strongest Man on Earth was good for that type of thing. All the Giants Lives are good because you got everyone on top of each other.
Yeah.
But sometimes, the Arnold's, like this year when Thor was going for that deadlift, and from where I was sat, because the commentary booth was kind of out there, we had the whole crowd to the side of us.
Yeah.
People were up shouting. It was great.
The crowd sort of moved forward. I was shouting at some bloke who was getting in my way. I was like, fuck off. Let's cut it out of my audio. But the whole audience sort of moved in. I was like ready to throw things at people. Oh, where are we?
The Royal Albert Hall show is a good crowd.
Yeah, that's
because of the building itself is designed to amplify noise.
Yeah, the
so
acoustics in
it's
the
not the biggest
building.
crowd in the world, but it's pretty cool when you're down there.
Yeah. How will Sunday videos be affected with the trip? We're still going to do Strongman Sunday live, aren't we?
We are still going to hook up for Strongman Sunday. It'll just be remote.
Yeah, it would just be, there'll be a line down the middle instead. But other than that, the format's going to be exactly the same. We have, there's lots of videos we're preparing, filming before he goes so that we can sort of, put them out as he's away. And then if anything springs up news-wise,
you're going to do as well.
Yeah. And if anything springs up news-wise, then we're just going to hop on to StreamYard, which is what we're on now, film together and then pop it out as a video, aren't we? So we can still do stuff.
Liz might do a couple on her own as well.
I absolutely will not do a couple on my own. I tried that one time when you had to go to the Rogue Invitation without me and I couldn't get past the intro. Only 8 days, Loz. You need the break joke. Thank you, Fred, for the super chat, but not for your comment.
Thank you, Fred.
Loz doesn't do well without me, believe it or not, Fred. Like you miss me, don't you?
Of course I miss you.
Yeah.
I miss you and the kids, and I'll miss the dog.
Yeah, the dog.
I think you'll struggle without me.
Well, yeah, because I'll be here holding the fort with the kids and the dog and the house and everything else. You'll be off gallivanting.
Not gallivanting.
Serious coaching work. I hate to be away from my wife and dog, says Anthony.
Yeah. I will miss all of them.
Mm-hmm.
We actually get on pretty well, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
So we do miss each other.
We do. Only 8 days apart sounds nice and short, says Monica, who's in a long term, not even relationship now, marriage. Hey, look, there's Rauno. What the fuck, already 3?
You're still number one.
You are my number one though, Rauno. There you go.
I did check. She won't tell me number 2 and 3, but she did say you're number
He doesn't care who number 2 and 3 are as long as he's number 1. George with the members comment, do any strong men play chess? I know Devon does.
I've played chess before. I used to play as a kid. Can't really say I play anymore. No. I can play. I don't know if I'm any good or not. I used to be okay, I guess. But no, I don't play sort of properly.
Surely the Toffee King is a Team Liz member. I've been trying to get him to commit, but he's
just a friend.
Well, they're all just friends.
I just said not.
Oh right, not a coach. Yeah. He's too polite, isn't he? He won't commit. He's too polite to you. Rauno is not.
Rauno picks his side.
Yeah, and he picked the correct one. Rauno, she still loves you the most. Who's West Watson?
I don't know.
No. Do you think 505 will happen this year?
We get asked that question every
I actually think it will happen this year.
I think it could.
Yeah. Suited.
Do you know who I think is going to do it?
Mitch.
Yeah. I do.
Yeah. Interesting. Jamal, yeah. Thanks, guys. Charlie, thank you very much for becoming a member.
Thank you, Charlie.
Scottish crowds always seem mental. Must be
Scottish crowds
are
great.
They are.
Absolutely brilliant crowds in Scotland.
Yeah, very loud crowds in Scotland.
They're awesome. Yeah. I love it when we go to Scotland.
Yeah.
Even like a small event in Scotland is great.
Yeah, it is. Just like I remember the Donald Dinny Day.
Yeah, the Highland Games stuff and the Donald Dinny Games.
When we went during like the COVID era of it in 2021, there was only a few people watching, but it was still very loud, wasn't it? They're very supportive. Dalton, thank you for the super chat. Shout out to my buddy Sean for taking second in his class at his first strongman competition.
Good man.
He hit some PBs too. Awesome job, buddy. There you go. Well done. What are you doing?
I was just checking the things to make sure you're not missing anything.
Yeah. I'm not missing anything. Definitely looking forward to the Royal Albert Hall show because it'll be my first one attending in person. Oh, it's going to be so good.
It's a good one to come to, definitely.
Yeah. Mitch is so selfish, taking you off to Canada of all people that needs help. Surely it's not Mitch.
To be fair, Mitch, it's not Mitch's fault. You were invited.
Well, some of us have responsibilities.
Yeah, it's just impossible for us both to take that much time away.
Yeah. Royal Albert Hall is the best. You guys are so cute. Thank you. Mitch is probably a chess grandmaster. Have you ever played chess against Mitch?
No, I haven't.
I saw Colin Bryce competing in British Strongest
Yes.
Man 1999 on YouTube yesterday.
Colin has he's also done an event at World's Strongest Man.
Yeah, he has. He's stood
Who can tell me what event Colin did at World's Strongest Man?
I can.
All right, we'll see if anyone else can first.
It says, what's wrong with Liz's eye? I don't know. What's wrong with my eye? Have I got something wrong with my eye?
Is it your eyelashes?
I don't know. Is it?
No, you look okay to me.
There's a fresh set. They should be fine.
You've been blinking. I don't know.
Liz might not like doing videos solo, but I bet a solo live stream would be hysterical.
I bet it would.
We could turn her offending people and leaking info into a drinking game.
You should do it.
No, you'd all end up having your stomachs pumped in hospital. It would be a disaster. I am not liable. Do you care if 505 happens?
Do I care? No. I'd love to see it, but my whole focus is not 505. I just love the sport.
Yeah.
I prefer competitions than records. I've said that from the start. I prefer seeing a good battle in a competition than worrying about records. Records are cool, don't get me wrong. I've broken a few records before. I like seeing records, but for me, a good battle between great athletes is more interesting.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, the record is more interesting, but I'm just my personal view.
We would all be sloshed in 30 minutes. What do you think of the Marius and Eddie Hall fight?
I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be fun, definitely. I think it's interesting reading comments. You read some of the comments, I think a lot of Eddie Hall fans don't realize that Marius is an actual fighter and has been doing it. You know what it's like. There are some people that are just Eddie Hall fans and not necessarily fans of the sport and know what goes on. And I don't think they realize Marius has been doing MMA for years now. But I think the two of them are great athletes, and it's going to be interesting. I think the fact that it's in Poland and the experience that Marius has, I think he's got an advantage.
Yeah. Hi, Loz and Liz. What makes World's Strongest Man the most desired title in the sport? Is it the name, the heritage, both, or something else?
It's the name and the history. The longevity of the competition and the name, they are the two things that make it stand out from all the others. There are shows that are catching up. There are shows that even pay more than World's Strongest Man. But that title and history that comes with that title are the two things that solidify it as the number one show currently.
A lot of
doesn't mean that it'll always stay like that.
No.
Right now, it's still the number one in terms of interest globally.
Yeah. Like a lot of people who are not strongman fans will have heard of the World's Strongest Man competition and know what you're talking about, won't they?
And they'll have heard of people like Jeff Capes, people like Bill Kazmar, people like Marius Pudzianowski. There's a lot of people that won't know who Lalas is, or even Mitch Hooper at this point. You know, there's a lot of Mitch's Instagram or social media famous, but he's not sort of household name yet, like some of the guys that have won in the past. Like certainly Jeff Capes in the UK was household name.
Yeah, he genuinely was, still is. Serious question. When you see Mitch do these crazy videos, do you panic?
Yes. Depends which ones, but sometimes like, oh, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
But Mitch is Mitch, and you've got to let him be Mitch. You can't try and stop him because he'd be miserable and he wouldn't listen anyway. So
yeah.
I think you have to understand people, and I think that's why me and Mitch get on. You know, I'm not going to stop him being him.
Loz, if you were to get paid for an MMA fight against another strongman, who would you choose?
Depends how much we're being paid, because if it was a really good payday, I would fight anyone.
What about for like 100 grand? So it's not
100 grand. I'd fight any of them for 100 grand.
Would you really?
100 grand for us would be a lot of money.
Oh yeah, but still.
Well,
you'd fight anyone for 100 grand.
Any of the strongmen.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't fight like a pro MMA fighter.
No.
Like I wouldn't fight.
Are there any strongmen that like you'd be more reserved about though?
Not really.
No.
There's none of the strongmen that particularly scare me.
No.
I was pretty good at fighting myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not intimidated by any of them.
No. So it's not like a name where you think
there's not a name that like, you know, there's great athletes and guys that I'm not sitting here saying I could beat them all. That's not what I'm saying at all.
Who do you think would be the worst strongman fighter? The weakest?
The weakest?
No, I'm joking. Yeah, Who'd be the shit? Who'd be the one where you're like, I want that one?
I think when you get to that kind of level of sport, you're usually pretty good at adapting and, you're competitive.
Okay.
Who would you put me against?
No, I don't care.
Is there anyone you wouldn't want to see me fight?
I wouldn't want to see you fight anyone super popular, because then everyone would be like, yeah, knock his head off. And I'd be like, no, fuck you. And then I'd end up fighting,
Yeah.
So you couldn't fight Brian, for example.
No. Already.
I'd have to fight all of their fans and it would be exhausting.
Yeah.
Exhausting. Yeah.
What about someone that's not got any fans?
Yeah,
Someone that I've got more fans.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I try not to fight any of them, but if it was a good payday, damn right I would.
Yeah. What's your favorite TV show or film of all time that has strength as a theme? Just strength or sport in general? Do you think of anything?
Trying. There's a lot of films that I like.
Most of them aren't strength related, though, are they?
Not really.
More like dramas and stuff.
Yeah.
The Shawshank Redemption and stuff like that.
Not so much
TV shows.
Strength related.
I don't know any strength related TV
I used to, when I was younger, I used to love Gladiators.
Oh right, yeah.
Superstars was good. I like any kind of like sporting type show. I mean, I like superhero films and stuff. I guess they're strength related to a degree. And I love like sporting dramas as well, sporting films.
Yeah. Like Blindside and stuff like that. I like The Office.
Didn't you do an Office thing the other day on your Instagram?
Yeah. With Strongest Man on Earth having a close enough name and being better in every single way, I could see it surpassing World's Strongest Man quickly. I think.
Do you know what's interesting? I'm going to say this because there was a lot of backlash that Brian got for Strongest Man on Earth last year because a couple of things went wrong.
Yeah.
And a lot of people got on him. And we were like, every comp has things that go wrong.
Every single
comp.
Yeah.
And what he's doing is great.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many people forget that quickly.
Yeah.
People were slating Brian online, which was ridiculous.
Poor bloke. Because an axle was the wrong way round.
I know. It's kind of funny. I think because I've been involved for so long, I've seen so much of this at every comp. Yeah. Rogue has been slated before. World's Strongest Man gets slated. Arnold has been slated. Then suddenly something goes well, everyone's praising it.
Yeah. Or something goes wrong at a different competition. Everyone forgets. Yeah. I think though, to go back to your comment, Dalton, about it being better, I agree. I prefer it as a competition. I could see it surpassing, but in what way do you see it surpassing World's Strongest Man? Because we already agree it's a better fan experience, better test of overall strength, better events, better prize money. It's a great title to have. Yet it's still so far away in terms of like just the public reach. Even knowing about it. Yeah, the reach is still so far away.
It feels big because we're in the bubble. Yeah. We're in the strongman bubble.
And it is big in the world of strongman.
Massive.
Yeah.
But strongman is still niche.
Yes.
World's Strongest Man goes beyond that niche because it's a TV show that gets shown in so many countries. If you go out and ask someone on the street, particularly in certain countries where it's shown a lot, that's the show they know. They don't know Strongest Man on Earth. They don't know
the Arnolds.
I mean, if you take Tom Stoltman, for instance, Tom Stoltman has a bigger following than Mitch on social media, on Instagram particularly. Mitch has won more of all these other comps, but Tom is a 3-time winner of World's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
So he's got that kind of, winning that title does more for you than any of the other shows in terms of that reach. Like I said, it can change. It can change. And we are seeing these other shows close the gap, certainly.
Yeah.
I think the gap has definitely been closed, but the interest in World's Strongest Man is still by far the biggest.
Just wanted to give a shout out to my coach, Loz. I've been working with Loz since October last year, and I've already hit massive PBs. He's super knowledgeable, and he genuinely cares about all of his clients.
Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate that very, very much. Keep working hard.
Did you guys watch the Eddie and Marius press conference? We didn't.
I didn't see it. I saw some stuff like on their social media.
On Instagram, I saw that. But Loz has been watching East versus West arm wrestling all bloody weekend, hasn't he? Haven't you? So yeah, no, we didn't catch that. But we'll try and catch up.
I will try and watch the fight as well.
Yeah, I eventually watch everything, but I'm usually like 2 weeks behind.
We watched Adolescent, didn't we?
Adolescence, yeah, on Netflix.
That was good.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. Do you think Mitch can be a multiple World's Strongest Man winner? 5+ titles?
No, I don't think he can win 5+ titles, but he can be a multiple winner. Yes.
Yeah, he won't stay in the sport long enough to win 5+, even if it was physically capable. Which I'm not saying he's not.
I don't think he'll stay to win 5.
No, he won't. I really wouldn't want to fight Evan. That man's scary. No, I wouldn't want to fight Evan either.
He's a tough guy.
Oh, I've had a thumb war with Evan. Very painful.
Very competitive.
I ended up biting him.
Oh.
I panicked. So, bit just on the hand. Sorry, Evan. Where are we? Signed up for my first comp again after the actual first one got cancelled. Managed to complete 3 weeks of training. Now, after doing almost nothing for 6 months, it seems I need to target to train for.
A lot of people do. A lot of people need a goal. I'm pretty similar to that. I need a goal. Keeps me focused. I think you're not the only one there, but just keep creating new goals. That's all I do. Just get a new goal. As soon as that one's done, new goal, and then you don't stop.
What do you guys think of the time Kaz pushed Magnus in the barrel foul and almost killed OD? I thought that was awful as much as I that. Right. There was a bit of rough and tumble. I think Kaz didn't mean to knock the barrel onto OD, obviously. It was a very unfortunate bit of collateral damage. But yeah, it was bad behavior. But
Kaz gets up quite upset about that.
He does, yeah.
It was a funny moment, but there was a lot of serious stuff that went on behind the scenes, and he does get quite emotional about it.
Yeah, he regrets it a lot. Yeah, so he learned his lesson. Didn't he? 1 year prep, Loz versus Brian MMA. Thank you for the super
How
chat,
much
Fred.
for?
Yeah.
He's a big ask.
Yeah, we got your back, Liz. Thank you, Anthony. We'll all fight them together. For 100k, I would even fight Loz. It'd be a good payday for both of us.
Exactly.
Make a good show of it.
I just want enough money to get the house that we want. Then I'll be happy.
Yeah. 100 grand wouldn't be it though.
No, I know. It would contribute nicely.
Yeah. I have a question for Loz. Would Concept 2 rower simulate truck pull? Would sled drag simulate a chain drag?
It's not going to create enough resistance. They're great in terms of conditioning movements to do, but no. If you want to simulate a truck pull, just get a rope and pull it on a sled or something like that. And if you want to do
a vehicle,
a vehicle. I'll often, if people have a truck pull coming up, I'll make them push a car, push sleds. Even like in a rugby scrum is better than nothing. But the cardio machines just aren't going to create enough resistance. They're great for conditioning, but it's a completely different feeling when you're using that much weight. And the dragging motions, again, you need something more than one of those machines. A car, again, works well. Attaching a chain or a rope to a set of farmers, a sled, a yoke can all kind of work pretty well. Cars, tires, just something that's going to create some friction against the ground that makes you really work a little bit harder in terms of muscle groups and power output.
What's your max deadlift? Ever
or now?
Ever.
My max
no one cares about now.
435 kilos.
There you go. Very nice, Lazo. Very strong.
Not bad for an old husband.
Yes. Mine is 120. And now I can say that confidently.
You did a very easy one.
I did a very easy 120 last week. No, the week before last.
The funniest things that I see you get is Liz is going to be stronger than Loz soon.
I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Guys, please.
Yeah. Loz can still lift more than the strongest women in the world. He can still lift considerably more than the strongest women in the world. And I am nowhere close to the strongest. Not even in my weight class. Not even close.
It's funny. Like
never going to happen.
Some people the strong women are amazing.
Yeah. But there's a big difference
chuck
between men and women.
Them,
there's a massive difference. Yeah.
That's not showing off. It's just I was pretty good and I'm still not chopped liver.
Yeah. That's it, Loz. You sign up for a fight. Liz ends up fighting the crowd. Then all of us lesbians jumping in and backing her up. It would be phenomenal.
It sounds good. As long as you guys have got our back, it's good.
Yeah.
Riot.
We're riot. I'll riot.
It's funny. I was talking to Harry today about shows because people talking about which is more the best show. He doesn't watch World's Strongest Man, but he likes watching Strongest Man on Earth. He likes watching the Arnolds, Rogue.
I don't watch World's Strongest Man. I can't remember.
I like to watch things live.
I like to watch it, but also the editing pisses me off because it like so many of the events just become a montage. I just get frustrated.
You don't get to see everyone.
Yeah, I just
like they'll just show the guys that are doing the very best. Things.
Yeah, like I'm excited to go and watch it live. I can't wait to see it live.
Yeah, because you get to see everything.
Yeah, but I've got no interest in watching such a highly edited version of it.
Quick answer to this: no, I can't ever see it happening.
No, never. No. Loz, are you an option for arm wrestling at Strongest Man on Earth? Says Michael.
I don't know, if I'm honest. I haven't really had any conversation with Brian, so I have no idea.
Does the World's Strongest Man get shown in a lot of countries? I only see it mentioned in relation to the UK and USA.
It does get shown in quite a lot of countries, doesn't it?
Yeah. People in the comments let us know because we have people from all over the world that watch. Does World's Strongest Man get shown in your country?
You are going to be doing an interview with Colin Bryce. That's a good question for you to ask him.
Because he will know. Colin doesn't know that yet, so hasn't agreed to that yet.
Colin, you're doing an interview with Liz.
We'll bully him into it. What fun we will all have. How long do you think it would be before the Shaw Classic overtakes the Arnold Classic in terms of, oh man, the Arnolds? Yeah, it's a massive ask.
The thing, you got to think about. Remember, the thing with the Arnolds is not just Strongman. It's
the whole sports festival.
And it has so many sports. It takes over the whole city.
Yeah, and the Arnolds have been running for a long time before Strongman was even added as a sport there. Yeah, it's quite far away in terms of the whole festival. In terms of the competition, I mean, the Arnold's is streamed for free thanks to Rogue having the financial stability to do that and not need people to pay pay-per-view, which is always going to give it an advantage over a pay-per-view show, I feel.
Yeah.
But things take time to grow, and like Brian's investing a lot into his show. He's just not in the same place yet, is he? But it's never say never.
He's only been doing it a few years.
Exactly, yeah. And it's grown massively in the time that
it's already one of the major shows.
Yeah, definitely.
People arguing about a squat of some sort. I don't know what I've missed.
Oh, it's because we were saying about how, like, you know, fans, but some people were up in arms about
the squat and the axle.
Yeah.
There's always going to be people up in arms about something.
Yeah.
I've just accepted it now.
Yeah. Can't please them all, can you? City is Ours is a great watch. 10 out of 10.
We will look out for that.
I've not watched.
My mum said we've got to watch. I think it's Con Woman on Netflix.
Okay. Liz can read in Rauno perfectly. I can read in Rauno perfectly, and I can do his accent quite well as well, can't I?
Do it.
No. Rauno, type something and I'll do it in your accent. I'll say exactly like you. When was it? It was not that long ago. And he was like, my accent is more English now, right? And I was like, no, still sound fine. He thought he was sounding more British. Like, no. But I understand you perfectly. You don't need to sound British.
The best thing with Rauno is he'll get so angry at you when you can't say something perfectly. Yeah,
an Estonian word.
But we will just accept that he can't say.
We never correct him on anything because we know what he's saying. And we don't expect him to be able to say it. Remember once I was like, oh, I should try and learn Estonian. He's like, you could never learn. He's so rude to me. I don't know why I like it. Oh.
You're both rude to each other, to be fair.
We are. We're horrible to each other, but we have each other's backs as well. We genuinely are good friends. Mark Henry won the first Arnold's, but people only know him for WWF, WWE, as he never won the Worlds, and most Strongman fans don't know him.
Yeah, Mark Henry's super popular because of the WWE, not from Strongman or the Arnolds.
Yeah. It's my friend Mohammed Liz Shahlaei Dula.
Every week.
Loz, what do you think is more realistic goal for Auntie Liz? 550 total of a conventional deadlift or 600 total of a sumo? Auntie Liz looking jacked. I'm assuming we're talking pounds.
550.
We're talking pounds.
Total. Yeah, total. I guess kilos total.
Yeah. I'm shit at sumo. I'm awful at it.
You did some sumo.
Yeah, I did. I did a training block with sumo, and I'm not stronger doing sumo than I am conventional. I'm weaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't. I'm a very wonky person, and I really struggle to have. I struggle to have my hands and feet in the right place.
Every time you're doing a lift, I've got to like adjust your hands.
He has
or the
to
bar.
move me. Yeah, I'm never set correctly, so everything's always. And with a conventional deadlift now, I finally 6 months later, I know where to be. With sumo, putting your legs out, that's it. I've got one leg over there, one back there. I'm just a nightmare. I'm just limbs everywhere.
Well,
don't know what's wrong with me.
Legs tomorrow, haven't you?
Squats and legs tomorrow, yeah. Has anyone mentioned the new comp that Martins is promoting? Yes, we spoke about it earlier.
You mentioned it in one of our news videos as well, didn't we?
Yes, yeah, we did. A news video that went out early last week, I think, yeah.
It's kind of like a pro-am comp.
It
You
is.
have some pros, some non-pros competing against each other. Should be really fun. It's speaking to Martins and speaking of Romark more than Martins, it's a fun comp. That's what it's focused on.
Yeah. What's a fictional character that would perform well in Strongman?
Hulk.
Wow, yeah.
I think you do pretty well.
Yeah, pretty much any superhero, to be fair. I scream in frustration at the TV edit of World's Strongest Man. Infuriating.
Yeah.
100% going to World's Strongest Man would be so much better than waiting for 6 months for the highlights package.
Well, the Strongest Man can show things in any way they like as well, which, like,
creative.
Just an example, and this isn't to throw shade on anyone, but like, I don't know what year it was. We did an overhead medley. I beat
2014.
Eddie, I beat Eddie on it.
Yeah.
But like, they'll make out that he was the best at that kind of event,
I know.
or like even like there's Mike Burke.
Yeah.
Great example. Amazing strongman, did amazing on certain events. They just didn't even show him on some of the events because he wasn't like battling for the top. He came fourth, but they didn't even show him.
No.
And there's events he won. It's that they'll only show the story of like who wins really.
Yeah. They'll pick a storyline though.
Like
there's obviously the story of the winner, but they'll pick other storylines, and the editing will be based around that.
And if it's not what they want to put in there, then
you're sort of almost out of the edit, which seems horribly unfair if you're doing well. We just want to see the action, don't we? We don't care about a story. The
stories are great.
But the action is the story. Yeah. The story should tell itself, shouldn't it?
Yeah. Sometimes they'll go with a story over the best action.
Yeah. Did Marius and Zadrunas ever have beef or kept to themselves? How about other strongmen?
Not like beef where they hate each other. But I've seen comments. Marius calling Zadrunas like an elephant. And
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
but,
elephant.
Yeah.
Zadrunas commented on my picture the other day on
Facebook. He did. Yeah.
Yeah, we're friends.
I think when sometimes some of the best guys, there's always a little bit of.
Yeah, I remember Brian and Zadrunas had a little bit of a falling out about 2016.
I think when you're competitive and
emotions
as a competitive
are high.
Male,
yeah,
you'll let things get to you sometimes, and you do see this where as they get older, they chill out, they're more friendly, less heat between them.
Yeah. Cousin Fred saying the Arnolds will never be beaten. It takes over the whole city between events at the centre. It has events going on at different venues and city streets. Last year, I saw a football comp. Yeah.
Foosball. I saw that this year.
Foosball.
Like table football.
Oh, yeah.
Is it? I'm guessing that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because I saw the whole area where they were doing the table football.
Oh, okay. No comment. Eric got a 270 kilo deadlift PB in today.
Good man.
Very nice. Loz, what's the best way to contact you about training?
If you just got a question about training, either on my website, there's an email, or message me on Instagram. And if you just want to sign up, then go straight to my website.
There you go.
LaurenceShahlaei.co.uk.
Liz and Rana are like brother and sister that fought as kids, and now they want to throw down again. We love Rano just the way he is. I don't. I'd change a few things. I'm joking. Loz, I missed the last live where you were talking about your world records. Other than Wuss yoke from 2018, what are the other yoke carry world records you hold?
I had the car walk world record.
You got the ultimate strongman yoke record. It's literally just different bits of equipment, though, isn't it? Yeah. So you probably got more than you can remember, to be honest. Just winning something.
Sometimes they just announce something as a record just because you won it because no one else had done it. That's why I don't really care that much about records. I'm more interested in beating the top athletes. So when I'm in the same competition as other athletes and I beat them, that meant more to me.
Liz, Loz, how much % would a belt add to lifts in general? As I'm about to start wearing one for training.
6.32%. There you go.
You piss-taking bastard. A belt just really supports your back and helps you brace better.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
The percentage is going to vary for everyone.
And for different lifts.
Don't overthink it.
Yeah. Just put your belt on.
Put your belt on and
do it
brace and lift as well as you can.
Yeah.
But don't overthink actual percentages and stuff like that. It's going to vary greatly.
Yeah. And if you're going into a lift in your head thinking, right, I'm going to be stronger, and you're not, like, that's probably going to be upsetting and put
often
you
on
off
deadlifts, first time people use belt, it puts them off.
Yeah.
Like I at one point was better deadlifting without a belt, and then I got used to being in a belt. And this is something I tell people, same with like knee wraps and stuff like that. Sometimes it takes a bit of practice just using things. But don't overthink percentages that much. It's stuff you don't need to worry about.
Yeah.
Just train hard, get better.
Fans are never giving up on the hope of seeing Thor back in World's Strongest Man.
No. I'd love to see it. He's working in London right now. Be good if he said he wanted to do Worlds, but I don't think he will.
I don't think he will either now. My hope has faded. No. Worlds is better when it goes to unique locations. Also makes adjusting the conditions a factor for everyone rather than just international athletes.
Totally agree. I used to love seeing some of the locations that World went to.
I think I'm so torn with World's Strongest Man because I love the OG format of Worlds, like different locations outside. The scenery is part of the event very much so, even like sometimes the physical events they were doing. But then because of the growth of popularity of Strongman, with so many, we all saw what it was like in Myrtle Beach just a couple of years ago. It was ridiculous, and it's a horrible fan experience when you have to stand there for 8 hours and you can't even go for a wee because you're going to lose your spot and you're not going to be able to see, and you've got to climb a ladder. So now they've put in the bleachers and everything, which is great in terms of a better fan experience, but now we're losing that original charm of World's Strongest Man. So don't know what the answer is.
Yeah.
It's a shame. Just live stream it and then we can all stay home. Last year at World's Strongest Man, there was a sneaky live stream on Instagram. Maybe this year we'd see something like that again. Maybe you will. Maybe. I'm sure there's always something you can find. Definitely wish the editing of World's Strongest Man allowed all of the action to be seen. Where are we? I love Hater XXX because she's got the most aggressive name, but always just says nice things. Don't forget to leave a like.
Thank you very much, buddy.
Not a hater at all. Can you blame Thor, though? No, I don't blame him.
Erasmus said, did Loz answer my super chat about fighting Mikhail Shivlakov?
No, we missed that one. I'm sorry.
Shivlakov would be a tough fight. Yeah, he's a nasty. Well, he's not a nasty dude. He was a lovely guy.
He's trained to kill, though.
He's trained to kill.
Yeah.
I certainly wouldn't want to fight him for free. Put it that way.
No. No.
Definitely wouldn't want to fight him for free.
Trained to kill, guys. You'd all be doing a GoFundMe for me afterwards.
I miss Shivlakov.
I miss Shivlakov as well. He was so funny, wasn't he?
Yeah, and great athlete as well.
Hold on, he's about to, here's the question. Would you fight Mikhail Shivlikov if the match would only end if one got knocked out?
How much for? I ain't doing it for free. Like I just said. Name me a price, and then we'll talk.
I don't think it's an offer. Right, let's wrap up the last couple because we've been on for over an hour, and I want to film something.
Oh, now you
I know, and it's getting late, isn't it? Okay, last one. Loz, if there was a competition with a deadlift, squat, and a yoke, and 2 more events, do you think you could give a legit battle to Prime Hathor, Brian, and Zydrunas all in their prime?
Yes, 100%. I've beaten those guys at so many events before in comps. Like there were certain events I was really, really good at and could beat all 3 of those at certain events. If I was allowed to pick the events, I'd have a great shot of winning.
There you go. Right then, guys, we're going to wrap up because I'm going to force Loz to film with me now. But thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back next Sunday where we will be post-competition.
Yes. After the Europe's Strongest Man.
Yay. No Holly cameo because she is fast asleep and I'm not going to change that.
She came to see me when I came in and that was it, wasn't it?
Yeah, she's a good girl these days. Right,
guys,
smiling,
have a great week. Next week we'll be back with results from Europe's Strongest Man. Take care. Have an awesome week. We'll see you guys soon.
Blow kisses, Leslie.